Tuesday to you guys. Today's video is dedicated about breastfeeding. So if you are not interested in breastfeeding, this is really not the video for you. We're gonna go really in depth about the subject. This was a requested video. I got a lot of questions about breastfeeding because if you guys didn't know, my name is Samantha and this is my son Hendrix. He is almost 8 months old and I'm still breastfeeding him. And so today I wanted to talk about why I chose breastfeeding, the products that I used and that I liked or didn't like. I also wanted to touch on my journey about breastfeeding and how that went, and finish out with our diet. So I guess my diet, he just eats my breast milk, but he's also eating right now because he's almost 8 months old. We're doing baby-led weaning. What's wrong? We're doing baby-led weaning, and I will do another video dedicated to that. So now, why did I choose breastfeeding? For me, it was a no-brainer. It was truly, from my standpoint, I felt like it was natural. I wanted to try it. I thought it would be a healthy way of feeding my child because it is natural. I thought it would be very convenient knowing that we would travel and that we were very on the go. And I also thought it would be very cost effective because it is obviously free. And so I definitely wanted to give it a try. My mother breastfed for 5 weeks only, and my grandma did not breastfeed. Back then, they actually brought their babies to breastfeeding women, and those women just breastfed a bunch of babies all day. So times have changed, and but again, fed is best, and this is my journey, and this video is about breastfeeding. So if by any means you are against it, or it makes you uncomfortable, or it's a triggering topic for you, please skip over this video because it is, again, only about breastfeeding. So that's my why. Obviously, it is less expensive than formula, but if you are using a lot of products, it could get very, very expensive very quickly. I did a very minimalist way of breastfeeding, so let's jump into the products that I use, what I like, what I dislike. First of all, I did not ever use a pillow, breastfeeding pillow. I have the My Breast Friend. I tried it. I did get a C-section and it hurt my belly. It put so much pressure as opposed to just doing this where I kind of just like lay him on me and sit like this. So that really didn't work for me. I did not like the breastfeeding pillow. Maybe it's just because it's that pillow, but it had great reviews and it just didn't work for us. I also had a huge tire after giving birth, huge belly, so it really just didn't work. It was way too high and didn't work. He was also a big baby, 10 pounds. So that's for the breastfeeding pillow. I did not use any nipple shields, but I have heard great things about them. I did not need one. His latch was better on one side than the other, always better on the left than the right. And the left hurt, the right didn't hurt. So that's that. What else did I use? The Hakka Pump. The Hakka Pump is amazing, a lifesaver, the best $15 you will ever spend. I was able to get 3 ounces on one side while he was drinking on the other side, so that was great. Because I used it, I got to know my body very well and I didn't have to use any pads, so that lowered my costs. So Maternity Bras, what I used is I got some from Time Maternity, which they had gifted them to me, and honestly I just used those very thin sports bras and I just flick them up or down, or I don't wear a bra at all. So I have 2 nursing bras, or 3 I think in total. That's plenty for me. I use them, wash, and everything's good. So I keep it very, very, very simple for us. I did not use a pump, but I did get one as a gift, so I will link it down below. It has great reviews on Amazon, but I have never tried it, so I cannot tell you, oh, that's the pump for you. It is cheaper though, it's $99 and it has great reviews, so I'm gonna link it down below. But with the Hakka, I did not need to pump. The other thing that I really used were milk storage bags, which I'm also going to link down below. Those were really helpful. They're sterilized, and you can just put your milk in, write the date, and fill up your freezer. I did do that with the Hakka. So again, that was really practical. now let's move on to kind of things I wish I knew, or this is really part of my journey. Breastfeeding a newborn versus breastfeeding a 3 or 4 month old. The number one thing that I had no idea about was that up until 3 months, your body is kind of like on a produce, and so they're always ready for whenever the baby feeds them. But the more they grow, you kind of go into this second phase, which I thought at first that my milk production was actually decreasing, and I thought I was doing something wrong. But it turns out we were also traveling, so I was kind of wondering what the heck was going on. But in reality, it's your body that's getting used to them and their schedule, and it's producing more of a on-demand flow of milk. And so that's what happened, and there's much less being engorged and all that comes with that. And it's really great. So it also makes the baby kind of suck harder and work more for his milk, and that's what what the body wants. Initially, it's really to help the baby kind of graduate from being a newborn. And so that's for us. Now for my journey, how it all began at the hospital was obviously my milk didn't come in right away. I had a C-section, and I kind of just had him on there for stimulation. They said they were very, very chill with it. I started the breastfeeding before the nurses were there because I wanted that moment to be just me and him. I don't like being told how to do something, or I like kind of trying stuff and then consulting somebody and kind of feeling it out, or taking everything with a grain of salt. So what I did is I just took that moment, and he was obviously hungry because I had been recovering for 2 hours in the post-op room. So obviously that helped that he was super hungry when I got there. And so I put him on my boob, and the tip or trick that I would give to you is you think that it's only the nipple that's important for that, but actually you just have to stuff it as much as possible in their mouth. And I know this is really not PhD talk or anything, but it's what all my friends also, like, they all agreed. You have to put as much as possible in their mouth, and then they kind of figure it out. I'm not a lactation consultant, obviously, so do not take my word for this, but that was my experience. So I just shoved it in his mouth as much as possible, prayed for the best, and he just it was a little bit tough, sideways, crooked, but he just got it. And the nurse said, let's see your latch when she came in. I showed her, and she's like, oh, perfect. She goes, that's it. That's all. Good job. And she's like, let's see if your milk comes in. At first, it was just colostrum, and they just said, keep him on whenever you can, and that will just get the stimulation going, and hopefully your milk will come in. So that was the point for that. And then after that first night, because you have to stay for 48 hours when you have a C-section, so they got to monitor our breastfeeding for 48 full hours, and it just smooth sailed from there. I did use Nipple Bomb, which I will link down below. The Lanzino, the same company as the bags that I used. And so I used that because at first it was very, very sore, especially my left side, which was his favorite side. So that worked the contrary of each other. And the right side never really hurt. It was a little bit sore, but the left was like, it felt like somebody had razor blades to my nipples. But again, I knew it was just temporary, and as soon as he would be done, I would put that Nipple Bomb, and it truly helped me. So I did that, and now it's a breeze. It's so simple now to breastfeed. I find it much easier than teaching them how to eat. So that was our journey. We did travel to Mexico for 42 days, so I was breastfeeding in restaurants, and again, I literally I do it very subtly, like as you saw I did it in this video, and I have a cover, but usually I kind of just wear loose clothes, and then I just cover his face with my clothes. Obviously from 0 to 3 months, the baby, yeah, from 0 to 3 months, the babies are kind of more like drowsy, they're drinking, it's like it takes longer. After that, they kind of move like this, and it's a little bit harder because you could potentially flash a lot of people because they stop and they look at people. But before that, he was always on the boob, and I never really was scared to flash anybody. Now I do use like either a shirt or a little cover, a blanket. Like, I don't necessarily use a specific thing. So that is our little journey. Again, I went to the fanciest restaurants in Cabo and I breastfed. Nobody ever told me otherwise. Everything was always great. And I do it in the car, the back seat, everywhere. So for me, it was just super simple in the plane, at the airport. So as long as you make it simple, it's super simple. I would say you want to get up? All right. I would say don't stress about it. I would say, I'm sure being peaceful in your mind is really, really important and good for your body to produce, because you are producing a lot of milk. So it's hard on your body. I am more tired at times. I eat more. And yeah, so that's our journey. It's a really great journey. I know a lot of people have hurdles, but I'm sure it's kind of nice to hear a positive journey once in a while. It's obviously not always been the easiest, but we are tough and we don't mind a little challenge, and so we love it. Now we did the products, we did my journey, and now let's finish off with our diet. So my diet mainly consists of fruits, vegetables, meat, very clean eating. I do eat chips sometimes, I do eat McDonald's sometimes. I'm not perfect, but things that I did use for my milk production are oat milk. Oat milk is in my daily diet. I use that in my coffee, for my cereal, and my smoothies, and oat apparently is very good for your milk production. I know they have specific cookies that I've never bought, so I cannot comment on that. I have never ordered those cookies, so I cannot comment on the cookies. But I also have a little Helper's Blend tea for milk production, so maybe that also helped. I do take that once in a while. It doesn't taste the best. I like my chai tea better, but I still try to incorporate that. But the number one thing that I would give you as a tip or trick is to drink water. Here, look at the water. Look at the water. You want water? Has a little One Family, One Love shirt on. All right, so drink a lot of water. That is your best friend. You are producing a liquid, and so you need that much more water. Another thing that I wanted to add that I forgot about our journey is I did get mastitis. And if you don't know what mastitis is, it is an infection or clogged ducts. And so we got that. Yeah. But instead of going to the doctor, I tried to do all the natural remedies. Yeah. I tried to do all the natural remedies first. And those included massaging and some, you just punched me in the face, and hot water on them. So I took very hot showers and massaged them. That truly helped. I do think that massaging also helps for increasing your breast milk, making sure that it's flowing well. And also the last tip I want to give is that when you are breastfeeding, I'm just getting attacked here while I'm talking to you guys. So while you are breastfeeding, apply a lot of pressure. So you'd be surprised how hard you can actually press on your breast and it doesn't hurt. So you can do that, and it truly helps with the flow of them. It helps kind of get it started. So even like if I feel like there's not a lot of milk in one of my breasts or whatever, if I apply a lot of pressure, milk just starts coming out, and then he just starts drinking. Sometimes they do get frustrated if like it's not fast enough for them, and by applying a lot of pressure, it gets them going. And I found that I have not had mastitis ever since I've been doing that. So hot water, massages, compressing really hard when they're drinking. And yeah, so I hope that answers anybody's questions. He is almost 8 months old and I'm still breastfeeding. I am giving myself, oh my God, you're eating my hair. Hendrix, you're eating mommy's hair. So I'm giving myself and us until he's able to eat enough that he won't need it. And I think that probably will be a year or a little bit less, depending on how baby-led weaning goes. Probably a year, hopefully not too much over a year, because I do find it gets like, personally, I just find, there's like a graduation stage where like they could start talking and they become like little toddlers, and you don't, anyways, not you, but personally I would like it maybe to stop at a year. So we'll see. If you have any more questions about our journey or anything like that, Don't forget to comment down below, ask me. It will be our pleasure to answer it next week in our next video. And look how cute this little One Family, One Love shirt is. So with that being said, thank you guys so much to those who made it to the end. We love you guys, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Mwah! He hates kisses. You want to say bye? Do you want to say bye? You want to say bye? Say bye. Say bye.